All right, let's talk about season 10 of Apex Legends. If you didn't check out my other review I did for this game, I did it like a while back for season 9, but you don't have to go check that one out honestly. I'm pretty much going to repeat a lot of the stuff in the same in this one anyways. So you don't have to go check that out if you don't want to, but I'll leave that in the description if you want to hear a little bit more about what happened during season 9. And with that, let's just jump right into it, honestly. All right, let's talk about season 10. All right, for me right now, season 10 is in a really bad state right now, honestly. Like right now, Apex is in a really bad state, but I'll get into that later. But let's talk about how the season first started. We got a bunch of new stuff here in season 10 of Apex, including we got the new Legend Seer. And if you're not familiar with Apex Legends, there's a bunch of different legends now. I think Seer is like the 18th character you can play as now. There's a bunch of different characters you can go out of your way and play as. You have like Horizon, Octane, Revenant, who are your attack based characters. You have people like Watson, Rampart, Gibraltar, and Caustic, who are your basically your defensive type characters. And then you have your support ones like Lifeline and Loba. And then you have like your recon characters like Valkyrie, Bloodhound, Pathfinder, all those people. In this game, there's actually a lot of ways for you to just like go out of your way to try different characters, see which one you're good at. If you're bored, maybe switch to a different play style like I do. But let's talk about Seer. So Seer is probably the legend that I think brought a lot of controversy into the season when it first came out. Because to me, Seer, he wasn't broken, but his abilities as a whole made the game very different. It made the game he basically changes the meta. Because if you don't know what Seer can do, Seer has a bunch of different abilities that can basically pinpoint exactly where you are at all times. So, for instance, his passive, if you aim down sights, he has like a heartbeat sensor depending on what direction you're looking at. And if you're looking at a specific direction and the indicator turns orange, you know that someone is nearby. And then with that, you can use your tactical, which is basically like a little sphere that allows you to scan enemies for a certain amount of time, and it tells you how much health they have and how much of their shield is actually left, which is actually pretty freaking dumb. And it also stuns enemies, and it also stuns the revive, and it also negates healing, which alone those two abilities to me felt very broken at first, because like no other legend is able to do that. No other legend is basically able to nullify a revive on command. Literally, you'd have to go out of your way and actually force the revive to not happen. But with Seer, you can just do it whenever you want, really. And then apart from that, he has like his giant dome, which is his ultimate. And if you're inside the dome and you're running or you're firing, the person and your team will know exactly where you are at all times. When Seer first came out, I thought it was pretty dumb, his kit, because because as I mentioned before, no other legend is able to do these kinds of things. And for Seer all of a sudden being this brand new character can just do a bunch of stuff that gives you too much information on where the enemy is. To me, that felt like it changed the meta in the more, not in a bad way, but it just felt off, because mostly in Apex you rely on audio cues, you rely on positioning, you rely on other means of trying to locate any other enemy teams. And I think that's like a major part that makes Apex a lot of fun, is because you're not given everything you need to know about the enemy. All you know is that there's a bunch of teams around the area and you need to figure out where they are, and you have to basically take everyone down and try to win the game. But with Seer, I feel like it gives you way too much information, and it kind of defeats the purpose of this battle royale, kind of where you're constantly running around, you're constantly looking for resources, you're constantly wondering when the next enemy team might just randomly show up. And with Seer, you can just basically just know exactly where everyone is at all times. And I feel like if you don't have a Seer on your team, you're basically at a disadvantage, because there's so much crucial information that Seer is allowed, basically given, in order for you to have an edge on every other team. And for that sole reason, I purposely avoided using Seer, because I felt like it was just too much information for me to have. And it's just like a lot of it felt like it was cheating, kind of, in a way, even though this is basically like a legal version of the wall hack. And to me, it didn't really fit the play style. And to me, I really didn't feel like this is the way to play Apex, just basically knowing where everyone is at the same time. And I just felt like it wasn't for me. If it's for you, then go ahead. But just for me, Seer is not really my playstyle. But I could see how a lot of people really do like using Seer. There is kind of a learning curve in terms of using Seer because you can either be really good with Seer or you can be really bad with Seer. And I've seen both ends of the spectrum, and I can really see how Seer can really dominate in terms of how he changes the game. But also, there's some people that really don't know how to use it effectively, and in that way, there's kind of like a good trade off because if everyone knew how to use Seer like at his maximum potential, then he'd probably be like the dumbest character ever. But now after his nerf, if you don't know the nerf, basically they nerfed like the tactical. Before it used to do 10 damage when it hit you, and now it doesn't. Good thing they took that off, and they also took out the flashbang effect because before the flashbang would basically disorient you and basically leave you open. I'm glad it doesn't do that anymore. And also they lowered the field of view for Sears Tactical because Sears Tactical used to be a spread of 75 meters in terms of your field of view, and now they lowered it to 55 meters, which is a little more manageable. And I really do like it because it didn't nerf him to the point like Caustic before, where they just like nerfed him to the freaking ground. This is just like enough for Sear to not be as not broken, but a little less viable, and make people not choose him just because he can basically know where everyone is at the same time. And now the other additions for season 10, we got the ranked version of arenas. And for me personally, I don't like arenas. I've never been a fan of arenas. I really don't like the atmosphere. I don't like the way that people play arenas because in arenas you get to choose your weapon based on like how many credits you have. It's basically all like the other friggin' PvP battle games. It's the same style where you get to use credits to buy your own weapons and whatnot. But to me, the main reason I don't like arenas is because everyone just chooses the best weapons first round. And to me, it feels a little unfair because I personally like to choose other weapons. I like to try other stuff out. But then when everyone just uses the same guns over and over and over again, to me, it gets very boring. Because I like the idea of just random chance of like, that's why I like playing the regular mode way better because I can't rely on luck. I can't rely on like choosing specific weapons. I just have to use whatever's in front of me, and I like that way better than arenas. But I do see the appeal of arenas, and for me, I think the dumbest thing about ranked arenas is the first 10 matches that basically tells you where you're gonna be placed. Because it was the dumbest thing ever because they literally just put you with anyone. Like literally, you could be paired with anyone. Like if you're like me, I get paired with like Apex Predators, Masterings, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the greatest at this game. So to me, it felt really unfair just trying to go up against these people that play way longer than me, have a lot more skill than me, and it really ruined the experience in terms of arenas because like I'm trying to have some fun in arenas, but then like you just get paired with like all the freaking sweats. It's just a really bad time overall. So for me personally, arenas is not my thing. But if it's your thing, go ahead. It's great. But for me overall, I'm just not a huge fan. And the other things that they changed in season 10, we finally got the Prowler back. I never got the chance to use the Prowler when it was on the field, but now it's on the field again. Unfortunately, it's only in the burst mode, and I had a lot of fun with the Prowler when they first came out during the season. But then they nerfed it, and then I'm like, man, I like the fire rate, but then they lowered the fire rate, and then to me it just became a little less reliable. But I could see how a lot of people really do love it, and I still have a lot of fun using it here and again. But they nerfed it. I feel like the nerf was pretty hard, so I kind of stopped using it after that nerf. And also the Peacekeeper is back on the field. Like I said before, I never got the chance to use the Peacekeeper when it was on the field before then, because I've only started playing Apex during season 8, but this is my third season now, and I finally get the chance to use the Peacekeeper, and the Peacekeeper is actually a lot of fun to use. It's a really high like like learning curve if you're on console like me. It's a lot harder to use, but I feel like the Peacekeeper is a lot of fun. It's very strong, but it's also kind of hard to use if you're not accustomed to using like uh, shotguns in certain ways. And also the Spitfires in the care package now and the alternator. I do miss the alternator, but it did come with the disruptor rounds. And if you don't know what those are basically the bullets back in season 2, I think, where they basically tear through people's shields. And I've seen like clips and stuff. It's freaking disgusting what these freaking rounds can do, and I can see why they took them out. And every time I get in the care package now, I have a lot of fun using it. And also the Spitfire is in the care package. I think the Spitfire was pretty broken. The mag size and the fire rate really didn't make it a force of nature. So I'm glad that it's in the care package, so people don't really abuse it. And we also got a new gun. We got the Rampage. The Rampage is basically like a slower firing Spitfire and has a less magazine. At first, the Rampage I felt like was a little bit broken, a little bit, but then the more I played with it, the more I saw it. It's not as broken anymore. I think it's just because people got used to like using it. People get used to basically know what to do if somebody's using the Rampage, and I feel like that goes like a long way. It basically the same story over and over again. When something new comes out, people think it's broken. People learn how to play around it, and then all of a sudden it's not broken anymore. But to me, I feel like the Rampage does too much damage. I think the bullet does like 28 per on body shots and then like 40 something on headshot. And that's a lot. And if you pair it with the thermite, which if you grab a thermite and you charge up the Rampage, it shoots way faster and it destroys doors and does a lot more damage. But other than that, I feel like the Rampage is actually pretty balanced now. The fire rate is very, very slow, so you can't really use it effectively in close range. It dominates long range. But to me, the Rampage is a lot easier to manage now. I basically got used to playing around it, so it's not that much of a problem anymore. The battle pass this time around, I feel like it was a little lacking. I personally think that the battle pass could have been way better. I do like the Horizon and Valkyrie skins, even though the Horizon one looks a little weird. I still think it was kind of cool. I feel like the battle pass needs to be amped up in terms of quality because a lot of the time we get like these weird skins for guns that look very dull. Like even some of like the rare ones we get for legends, they feel very dull. They don't feel as creative. And like like if I'm gonna spend money on the game, I want something to look cool. I want something to look decent. But in this time around, I feel like they didn't really do much. I do like the banners. Horizon is my favorite. I'm a Horizon main. If you don't know. I do like some of it, but I feel like they could have increased like the quality, maybe give us more crafting medals, maybe give us like better skins overall. I feel like they should have just made the battle pass a little bit better. But what we got, it's fine, it's okay at best. But I feel like they need to up their quality because like the past other two seasons that I played, the battle pass was okay, and then like to me it just dips a little bit more and more as the seasons progress. And I wish that they would just give us a little bit more in terms of quality. Now let's talk about the major issues that have been happening recently. And before I did another version of this episode, but I needed to wait until the new Rampart takeover happened. And oh my god, this is unbelievable. Okay, first let's talk about what additions. Okay, so if you don't know, I also like playing Rampart before they gave her the buff. I have a lot of fun playing with Rampart. If you want to learn how to use Rampart more effectively, go watch the Gaming Merchant. That's where I learned how to play Rampart a little bit more effectively, and I have a lot of fun playing with Rampart. Even though she's not the best legend, I have a lot of fun using her shields more effectively. I like using Sheila a little bit more effectively, even though it was on the stand before the new buff. And the new buff for Rampart is that basically Sheila is mobile now. You can run with Sheila. You can basically pull out Sheila and gun down people very quickly. And at first, I kind of thought Sheila was broken when you're able to hold the gun, because basically Sheila is the strongest weapon in the game, and putting it on a turret mode was basically the best thing for it, because when Sheila became mobile, it just decimates freaking teams, man. It's unbelievable how powerful Sheila can actually be if you use it effectively. I've been in situations where I have half health against the whole team, and I freaking demolished the whole team because of Sheila alone. But the thing is, for me, Sheila isn't as broken as I thought it was, because it's like load up, it takes a long time, and also you move very, very slowly when you have Sheila basically on. So that kind of makes it less broken, but I feel like maybe that they should lower the magazine size a little bit because it's 173 bullets, and that's enough bullets to take out at least two teams, or maybe more if you hit all your shots correctly. But I do like the new addition. It makes Rampart a lot more viable. It makes Rampart a lot more useful. I see more people are trying Rampart. I personally, I'm gonna continue using Rampart whether or not Sheila's mobile. I have a lot of fun using her. And if you haven't used Rampart, go try it out. She's a lot of fun. I know a lot of people are basically lean towards like movement legends, but go try it out. It's a lot of fun. And here's the major thing. Also, Fuse got a buff, and I didn't use Fuse before. I thought Fuse was kind of boring, and I'm not really into like the whole like grenade using like a bunch of freaking projectiles at once. But with its new like buff, I have a lot of fun using Fuse now. Like the knuckle cluster lasts twice as long now, and like I think the major problem with Fuse was its firing, because sometimes like it could screw you over, and like basically what it does is like it shoots a ring of fire and you get to choose where it goes. And if you're good with it, you can trap people inside. It does damage, but the main problem was that you can't really see inside it. You can't really like, because after you fire it basically blinds you, and then like it becomes freaking useless because you can't see where everyone is. You can't really see like what you're trying to do. You can't see what's inside. You can't see what's outside. It was like it became a big problem if you're trying to use it effectively. But now that you can, like, your teammates can actually see through the fire, it's a lot more viable. It's a lot, you can use it more tactically since you see who's exactly inside, how many people, who's getting damage and whatnot. And Fuse is a lot more viable now. He's a lot more competitive now, and I've definitely say go try Fuse now. Fuse is a lot of fun now, and I'm very surprised because I was not interested in Fuse at all until this buff, and this was just like a lot of fun to use Fuse now, and definitely go recommend trying him. Now let's talk about the major issues that have been happening freaking recently. All right, so first off, cheating has been a major problem this season, and it's getting so freaking ridiculous sometimes. Because, like, I've seen constantly, like, low level players just freaking dominating servers, and I'm like, how is this even possible? And then I look at their freaking feed, and they're just snapping to enemies. You can clearly see that they know where everyone is exactly, through freaking wall hacks. And I know on PC it's pretty bad, but slowly as the season is progressing, it's becoming less and less severe. But, like, come on. Like, if you're cheating in this game, like, what's wrong with you? Like, are you kidding me, man? Like, this game is basically, it takes a lot more skill for you to actually learn, and then like just going out of your way to get downloading a fucking program to make yourself immediately better. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what satisfaction do you get? Like, just learn the freaking game. Just learn how to play. Like, all right. Other than that, but another thing that's been major problem is the fucking servers. Like, at the start of the season, it was so good. Like, the servers actually worked. Like, everything was fine. Everyone was able to get in at the day of launch. It was perfectly fine. I didn't really have any issues of getting in. Like, everything was fine. But then all of a sudden, when the Rampart takeover turned out, it just turned into shit. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, when the first day of the Rampart takeover started, I couldn't open the fucking game for like a whole day. Like, literally everyone was having the same problems. And even now the servers are freaking shit. People constantly getting kicked out. People having impossible load times. Everyone is having a shit time. What the fuck, EA? What the fuck, Respawn? What the fuck is going on? You have all this fucking money and you can't develop, and you can't even like pour the money into better fucking servers. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on over there? You have so much money and you're letting this happen. This has been a problem since like fucking, since the beginning of the fucking game. The servers have been fucking shit. Like, is something not clicking for Respawn and EA that they're not fucking willing to actually go out of their way to develop better servers or get better ones? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, I know people stop fucking playing because of this fucking problem. And it's fucking ridiculous sometimes. Because sometimes in the middle of a fucking match and then like everything fucking freezes. Players are constantly zipping around because the fucking game can't fucking process what the fuck I'm looking at. And just like everything is fucking shit right now. Like what the fuck happened? At the start of the season it was fine and then it's fucking garbage right now. It's fucking stupid. Like get your shit together, man. Like I haven't played in a fucking week because of these stupid ass shit. Like, come on, man, get your shit together. You're gonna lose you're gonna lose your player base if this shit fucking continues. I remember somebody like I saw a post on Instagram where they're like they maybe should take like a month in order to fix all the problems in the game. And honestly, I personally support that. I personally support that they take a month, they don't do a freaking season 11, and take a break and fix the fucking game. Because they're gonna get to a point where people are gonna stop playing because of all this fucking shit. Like, come on. Like, even if you don't support it, come on, just ask them to fucking fix the game. Everything is broken. Servers are fucking dog shit. Audio cues are fucking horrible. Like, I never really noticed that until now. But audio cues are very crucial in Apex. And for some reason on console, it's fucking shit. Like, constantly, I don't hear gunfire even though I see them shooting. I don't hear footsteps consistently. I don't know why, but sometimes audio doesn't fucking work sometimes. And also matchmaking. Matchmaking is fucking the biggest fucking problem with Apex. Matchmaking is fucking so shit that I personally wanted to stop playing because of this fucking. It's ridiculous how they fucking pair people. Like sometimes I get paired with Master Rank and Apex Predators. And I'm not that good at this game. How the fuck am I getting paired with these people? Like skill-based matchmaking my ass. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, there's so many fucking things that are wrong with this game right now. It's unbelievable. Like in the span of like 2 weeks, the game turned into shit. Like what happened? Like I doubt Rampart was able to spike the fucking popularity of the game. Nobody gave a shit about Rampart. And all of a sudden, after the takeover, like it's just not fucking working anymore. Like I don't see what's going on. Like what the fuck is going on? And even they announced that it might even take like a couple more weeks in order to fucking fix this. Like why? Why did it turn out this way? Why is your fucking server so shit? It's the same thing every fucking season. Like they can't get it through their heads that we're fucking tired of it. And you can still continue to fucking do this. Like I personally stopped playing for a little bit because of all this fucking dumbass shit. Like, come on, EA and Respawn, get your stuff together. You're gonna lose your fucking player base. People are gonna stop playing because of this shit. It's like, come on, just get your stuff together. It's like, I love playing this game, but like, just these fucking things just make the game unplayable at times. It makes it so fucking hard for me to just go out of my way to fucking play the game. Like, right now I'm playing other games because fucking Apex is not working. Like sometimes I just sit down and play Apex and trying to have a good time, but now I can't really do that because the fucking game doesn't work. Like I'm stuck. It's like I want to play, but right now it's not worth it. Like I'd rather play Ori in the Blind Forest, having a ton of fun with that game, or play Nier Automata. I'm also having a lot of fun with that game, and like, come on, man, just fucking fix it. People love this game. People really do care about this game. Just fucking fix it. Do it for them. Come on. These are the fucking people like giving you fucking money. They're the ones that are putting the fucking food on the table for you. Come on. And also cosmetics. Like I'm gonna say this every single fucking time, but cosmetics are so fucking expensive. Why are they so expensive? I don't get it. $200 for a fucking heirloom. Like what the fuck is that shit? Like if you don't know what an heirloom is, it's basically like a little like secret like weapon thing that most characters have. Not everyone has one. Like Octane has a butterfly knife. Rampart just got her like wrench that she uses to make her weapons and stuff. But like, are you kidding? I have to spend $200 for me to get a fucking heirloom. I have to spend $200 to get a fucking digital good that's gonna be fucking worthless in a fucking like a year or so. Like, come on. Why is it so expensive? Why is it so hard for me to get fucking cosmetics? Like, even the fucking packs are fucking expensive. I think the latest one is like 5,000 credits, which is like maybe like $50 around there. Like, it gets one skin and 7 packs. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, there's a fucking chance that I get fucking shit in those packs. And I just spent like $50 for a fucking skin. Like, no, that's too much. That's asking too much for the player base. I know a lot of people defend this fucking kind of shit, but no. Don't defend this fucking practice. It's not worth spending that much money on a fucking digital good. Like, it's not worth it. Like, come on, just lower the fucking prices. I bet you would make way more money if you fucking lowered them. Because for me, the main reason why I don't spend money on the game is because everything is too expensive. The only thing that I bought was a battle pass, and that's $10, and you get like a bunch of stuff. And it's way more worth it than fucking buying an heirloom for $200 and getting a fucking bunch of skins that are fucking shit. Like some of like I think it's the evolution. I think this is the fucking event is called. Some of them are cool, but some of the gun ones are fucking dog shit. And even the fucking battle pass too. A lot of them are fucking trash. Like everything looks the fucking same. Nothing looks creative. You want me to spend money on that shit? Hell no. I'm not fucking spending money on that. I only bought the battle pass once, and I'm not buying it ever again because I'm saving the fucking coins to get the other battle passes. I'm not spending any more money on this game. I've only spent $10, and honestly, I feel like you should spend $10 and then that's it. To me, right now, Apex is worth fucking like $5 if I were to fucking like maybe buy it if it was ever like on sale or something. To me, it's not worth buying every single fucking edition, which is $20 each. Like to me, right now, Apex is not worth all that money. Even though the game looks beautiful and stuff, but like everything else just fucking doesn't work for me. And right now, I feel very, 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 very disappointed on how things turned out. Because when I first started playing Apex, I had a lot of fun. I really thought that this game would be something very special, and it is very special. But at the same time, right now, it's just not working. Like, come on, just fix your fucking stuff. So my final verdict for fucking Apex Legends Season 10, it's a fucking 3. It's a 3 out of 10. It's worse than fucking last season. It's fucking ridiculous how the fuck it got worse. And it started off so well. I was gonna give it a 5 out of 10. But then after the Rampart fucking takeover, it just went fucking downhill after that. Like, it's unbelievable how bad Apex is right now. Just fucking fix the servers, fix your audio problems, fix matchmaking. You know what? Just don't make the fucking season next month. Fix the fucking game. Fix your fucking product, because this thing is a moneymaker, and you should pour all that money you made instead of fucking funding other shit in order to make this game better. God. I know I've been ranting a lot, but like I just care a lot about this kind of stuff, and I feel like people let this kind of stuff slide too easily. I feel like gaming is like the only industry where it just basically it gets dog shit on. Like developers think it's okay for you to just release something that's not in a working state. Like, come on, man. That shouldn't be the fucking practice. That shouldn't be the practice. But anyways, enough of that. Enough of me like ranting and stuff. You know, I'm just gonna end the fucking episode. Well, thank you guys for watching. Go check out the Gaming Spidey. I want him to get to 50 followers. Go check out Faulty Wagon on YouTube. And with that, thank you guys for stopping by. I know this was like a long one, but thank you guys anyways, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.